So what I've got on screen here is basically the common pain points that we have, that we see with training providers, whether that's working with manual processes, spreadsheets, struggling with multiple systems, having to put the same data in multiple places, ultimately wasting too much time with the boring stuff and not giving you guys enough time to do the more effective things that grows the business. So yeah, these are the common pain points that we see, and hopefully throughout this demo, you're going to see how Arlo sort of tackles these problems for you guys. Essentially, this is Arlo coming to the rescue. These are the 5 main points in which Arlo helps with the training businesses. Because we've got 20 minutes, we'll go over this in a super high level, but by all means, feel free to schedule a call with me, book a one-on-one session, and then we can sort of have a deeper dive into the business. Cool, so let's get started. Essentially, to enable your customers to easily register and pay for your courses, you need a website that acts as your shop front. When it comes to Arlo, there's 2 flexible options that you can go with. Number one is you can plug Arlo into your existing website. When you plug Arlo into your existing website, that means you guys have control over the content in how it looks. So it uses your fonts, your color palettes, your logos, and it blends in nicely with your website. Your customers won't even know that it's powered by Arlo. The other option is if you don't have a website yet, or you prefer to keep the training separate, with every subscription of Arlo, we give you an out-of-the-box Arlo website that you guys can use and style. It's fully connected to your Arlo platform, so no coding required. All you have to do is add your logo, configure the colors so it matches your branding, and then you're good to go. Cool. So what we'll do is we'll go and take a look at what it looks like from your customer's perspective. So when your customer's visiting your website, essentially, what does that look like and what's the journey that they go through? Just going to wait for this page to load up. So I have a website here. Me as one of your customers, I can visit your website. I can see at a quick glance what courses are basically you guys have scheduled out. Arlo has a bunch of pre-made templates. So in this instance, I'm going to use this index page. So just to highlight, Arlo itself has been plugged into this website, which basically means you'll be doing all the scheduling inside Arlo. So that's releasing times, dates, locations, who's training, all of that good stuff. And then they automatically appear on your website. We have a whole bunch of filters that you guys can use here. But me as one of your customers, I can browse your course catalog, see what courses are available. If I'm interested in learning more, I can hit this button here. This allows me to jump straight into the course template page. Through here, I can find out all the key information, time, date, location, costs, descriptions, learning objectives, all the dates that this course is running. Through here, I can see that this course is full, so I'm unable to register for this one. But if I'm interested in joining one of these dates, I can just hit this button here. And then what happens is we get led to a registration form. In this registration form, you're capturing all the details of the attendee. As you can see here, this has saved Ben's details because he's interacted with the platform before. So you're not having to put in this details every single time. The system can remember you. From an Arlo perspective, all we need is the person's first name, last name, and email. These are the only fields that we deem as mandatory. However, you can customize this registration form to ask as many questions as you want. You can create your own custom fields. You can mark them as mandatory. So if you needed to know someone's favorite ice cream flavor, you could have that included as part of the registration form. I do have the ability to add multiple attendees as well. So if I'm a manager at an organization and I want to register all my staff, absolutely possible. And I also have the ability to add other courses into this basket as well. Next stage, we're looking at who's paying for this course. So we can charge it to an organization or to an individual. We can change who the order contact is. So the person who's receiving the invoice may not necessarily be an attendee to the actual course. Billing address is self-explanatory. I'm then expected to accept your terms and conditions. See, these are your registration policies. When it comes to discounts, Arlo can support discounts in various different ways. At the top here, we've got a promo code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a promo code, and that should entitle me to $20 off. This is done all through the checkout, so you're not having to speak back and forth assigning discounts. Along with that, Arlo does have the ability to automate discounts. So you can automate things like group booking discounts, early bird discounts. If someone's a member, they can get a discount, various different ways to match your needs. When it comes to payment methods, you guys will pick and choose what payment method is available for your customers to pay you with. As you can see here, we've got cash, check, invoice, and also credit card. So whichever one you guys need, you can pick and choose which one suits your business. Through the credit card option, we do have a number of payment gateways that we work with. So I'll just pull them up on screen here. So Stripe is our preferred payment gateway. Stripe actually has been opened out to Stripe's other partners. So that means buy now, pay later options are available for Klarna and Afterpay. You've got Google Pay, you've got Apple Pay. If you don't have a Stripe account, you can obviously connect to your WinCave, Authorize.net, and your PayPal account as well. So a lot of flexible options for you guys. If you wanted to do invoice, Arlo has the ability to generate an invoice on your behalf. So when someone's basically confirmed this payment, Arlo will generate an invoice on your behalf. It'll pre-populate it with all this information. You can style this invoice with your own company letterhead, your own company logo, and then Arlo will email the order contact with this information. Once I've clicked pay and confirm, once I've finalized the payment, that's where Arlo's automation kicks in. So Arlo will create organization records, contact records, registration records, order records, and then that's when we start kicking off all the other automation like joining instructions, reminders, which we'll take a look at in a bit. So that basically covers the front end from your learner's perspective. What we'll do now is we'll take a look at what it looks like from an admin perspective. So this is where your team will be scheduling courses, managing courses, and you'll see what we can kind of do versus what we can't do. So when you log into your Arlo platform, you can see at a quick glance all the key information about your up and coming courses, information about your registrations, orders, and then we also have task management inside Arlo. With tasks, we can assign them to specific administrators. So when those admins log in, they can see those tasks that have been assigned specifically to them. What we'll do is we'll move on to what it looks like when you're creating courses. So when it comes to scheduling courses, Arlo tries and makes this super easy for you. With this, we have not pre-made, we have templates that you guys can use. So templates will be information that stays the same every time you run the course. So it'll be like your course title, your course description, a base price, learning objectives. And then when you're scheduling a course, you're just very simply selecting your own templates and then jumping straight to the scheduling of picking the time, date, and the location of this course. So you're not having to rebuild the same course over and over. You're selecting this course and you're saying this is the time, this is the date, and the location. We also support doing webinars as well. We have an integration with Zoom. So if you guys wanted to do online delivery, absolutely possible. For this demo, we'll focus on the live face-to-face. We give you a couple tools that make scheduling super easy as well. So in terms of specifying a time, date, and location, we support a venue and a room as a resource. We give you a very cool venue and room scheduler. So this is a calendar view of all the trainings that are happening and what room they're happening. And then that way you can sort of avoid double booking rooms if necessary. We give you the same view for your trainers, so you can see exactly what courses your trainers are doing, where and when. Another cool tool is that we can tag trainers with keywords. These keywords can be locations, they can be competencies. So if I'm doing an accounting course, I can say, show me all the trainers that have been tagged with accounting, and then I can see who's available and who isn't. When it comes to your trainers access, your trainers will have an Arlo mobile app that they can do. With that mobile app, they can log in that app. They can see their own schedule. They can see a list of delegates expecting to attend. They can mark attendance, mark pass or fail. Whatever they do inside the app will automatically update into the back end of Arlo as well. Through the next steps, what we're looking at is we can configure specific registration rules. With registration rules, you can deny people based on specific criteria. One of the popular ones that we see often is if you guys have a level 2 course and only people who have completed level 1 are allowed to register for level 2, Arlo can automatically deny all of those that haven't completed level 1 or any prerequisites, saving you and your team time having to vet every registrant. When it comes to registration limit alerts, Arlo can alert you based on the amount of registrations you've received as well. So let's pretend that you need at least 4 people for a course to be profitable. Arlo can have an alert sent X amount of days before the course starts, letting you know that you haven't received your minimum requirement. And that way you guys can decide what you want to do. Do you want to cancel the course, transfer the delegates to another date, drive more advertising for a promo code? You guys pick and choose what you want to do. Arlo will just alert you to say, maybe it's not enough. And then we also have maximum capacities. Maximum capacity once the course is full, Arlo stops accepting registrations, and then an automated waitlist feature will kick in. Next, we're looking at all the communications that Arlo will send out. So we'll send a confirmation email to your trainer, to your delegates. With these emails, we'll take a look at what that looks like in a bit, but essentially it's informing the individual of time, date, and location. If there's extra information you need to include, you can do so via special instructions. Through here, you can add extra information, you can link to files and link to videos, and you can also add attachments in the joining instruction as well. Arlo can also automate up to 3 reminders on your behalf, so you pick and choose when those 3 reminders go out. You don't have to use all 3 if you think 3 is a bit of an overkill, but entirely up to you guys. Arlo can also automate once the course is concluded follow-up emails. So with follow-up emails, complete free text, you can have a coupon code so they can come back. You can give them a link to the next course in the series. You can also include a feedback form. Arlo does integrate with SurveyMonkey. So if you wanted to automate that process, SurveyMonkey will be your best friend. And when it comes to certificates, Arlo can automatically generate certificates, fill it out with the individual's contacts, and deliver it electronically based on the criteria that's met. So you can upload your own templates in the back end of Arlo. So these are your certificates, your design, your logos, your fields you wish to include. And then you can tell Arlo to say, I want to send it out to anyone who's completed the course, been marked as attended by the trainer, and has paid their order. Then Arlo will do all of the heavy lifting in the back end. And then finally, one really cool feature I think you guys need to know as well is we have certifications tracking management. So with this, some courses, they may be, delegates may be certified for X amount of years. Arlo can track those certifications. They can also remind the delegates once their certification is about to expire. And then after that, if they come and do a refresher course, Arlo can track all of that and recertify that individual as well. So you're not having to look in your database, find out who's soon to be expiring with their certificates. Arlo is going to do all of that heavy lifting for you. Cool. So that's all about creating courses. What we'll do is we'll move on to what it looks like once a course has actually been scheduled and what we can kind of do with that. So what we'll do is I'm going to jump into a scheduled course. On this side, you have all the key information: time, date, location, who the trainer is, how much the course costs. We have a very powerful tool here called Schedule Another. So what this allows you to do is copy this course and then paste it onto a new day. So you're not having to go through everything that we went through earlier. You're just saying, I want to do this course again. This is the time, this is the date, this is the location. You can change various things like times, dates, locations, trainers before you actually schedule it out. But through here, I can also see a list of delegates that are expected to attend. I can manage registrations as well. So I have the ability to cancel registrations, resend instructions. I can transfer them. I can cancel the registration as well. You can also see a list of people who are on the waiting list, information about who's inquired about this course. You can store documents in the back end, see dietary requirements, and then you can also see a list of communications that Arlo has sent out. We'll jump into one and talk about the level of branding that you guys can do on your emails. So first things first, is not being sent from sample@support.com. Don't worry, it's going to be sent from your own email addresses. They all come with calendar attachments so that individuals can install it in their own calendar. You can have a company banner that sits above this blue banner. You can change the color of the blue so it matches your branding. This is typically what a joining instruction email will look like. Hi delegate, name of the course, time, date, location. When you upload your venues in Arlo, you can include a map, directions, and parking instructions. This is your special instructions that we spoke about earlier, and then you have your support numbers, your support emails, and your company logo there. So that's all about managing existing courses. What we're going to do is we're going to jump onto the next stage, which is essentially all about e-learning. So if you're delivering blended learning or standalone e-learning, this feature came out about 2 months ago, so very new, very exciting. And we're going to see how Arlo manages e-learning directly inside the platform. So typically, you need an LMS to host e-learning content. With Arlo, you can have your LMS, your TMS all into one system. So you're not having to jump back and forth between multiple systems. What we'll do is we'll take the e-learning for a spin. There's 3 options that you can do to create e-learning directly inside Arlo. Number 1 is document to a course. With this, you can drag Word documents, PDF files, all into Arlo. Arlo analyzes that content and essentially turns it into an e-learning course for you. The other option is we have generate a course using AI, and we also have create a course from scratch. What we'll do is we'll take generate a course with AI for a spin. And then you guys can see how you can set up a new sort of revenue within a few minutes. Whilst it's loading this, worth noting that when you create e-learning inside Arlo, you can offer it as a standalone e-learning course, or you can tie it face-to-face with courses that you're doing, like a post-course assessment or pre-course learning. Up to you guys how you want to deliver it. I feel like I'm doing a lot of talking, so I'm just going to drag Ben into here. Ben, feel free to let me know what kind of course you want our AI generator to build.
Hello, yes. Let's go with first aid for beginners. Let's do that. Nice and simple in an
Nice
early
and
beginner
simple.
course.
Lovely. So worth noting that with this prompt, you can be as specific as you want. So the more descriptions, the better the AI will generate. I'm going to let you drive, Ben. Feel free to tell me the options that you want to go through.
Let's choose beginners in terms of our
Yeah,
audience.
it's in the title as well, isn't it? I shouldn't have asked that. Cool.
And then in terms of categories for our people, let's go with students.
Students. Lovely.
So a first aid
So,
beginners course for a student audience.
and we're going for English. As you
Yes,
can see here,
please.
you can do it in various different languages as well, but we'll do English in this case.
Let's go with motivational and persuasive. Feeling a bit spicy today.
Very nice. Very nice.
And then I'll choose 5 to 10 screens. I'll go with the most common option.
Cool. Cool. So once it's asked these various questions, it's kind of understanding who your target audience is, so it can curate that content designed to those specific people. What's happening now is going to build an outline for us. So as we can see here, we can see the summary of the pages. We do have the ability to add our own ones if we wanted to. We can rearrange these. We can regenerate if we weren't a fan of this. But for this instance, I'm just going to hit create a course. And then what's going to happen is in the background, your course is going to be created right before your eyes. So as you can see here, the AI is getting to work, is creating pages for me, it's creating titles, images, all of that good stuff. Whilst it's doing that, it's worth noting that you have the ability to change the styling of this so it matches your branding. You can change the fonts, you can change the color palettes, you can add your logo there. So just to really emphasize, this is going to be your content. It's not Arlo branded content. It's your content, your courses that you're delivering out to your customers. Cool, we'll give it a few more minutes to complete its work. And what we'll do at the end is going to create a quiz based on all of these pages that we see here. So we'll just let that generate. And whilst it's doing that, also worth noting that the AI, you can use this to sort of build the foundation. So this gives you a nice sort of basic workflow to start from, but then you can add your own information on top as well. So once it's generated all that information, I'm just going to have a quick spin. Let me know if this is what you envisioned, Ben.
It's looking great, looking great. Perfect length.
Of,
It's got all the information in there. I'm
of
super
course you're
happy
going to
with
say
it.
that.
Yeah, I'm a bit
Cool.
biased.
And yeah, and as you can see, it's created a quiz. Worth noting that again, this builds the foundation, but you guys can add your own stuff on top. So if you wanted to upload your own videos, upload your own text and images, you want to change the existing stuff, all of that is all possible. So yeah, a new revenue source created in a matter of minutes. Let's see what we can do with this particular e-learning. So, as mentioned, you can offer it as a standalone e-learning course, or you can tie it with face-to-face courses. So I'm going to jump into one of these courses that have been scheduled. I'm just going to hit this edit button here. And then when I hit the schedule, you'll see the option to add e-learning. So you can select the e-learning that you've just created. As you can see, Ben's been really busy creating a whole bunch of courses, and you can see that it's kind of branded differently as well. So we'll just add one of these. On top of that, you can choose when this content is available. So you can drip feed the content over time. You can say if it's available as soon as they register, only when the course starts, when the course ends. And then you can also have it so that they have to complete it within a certain time frame. So we can specify all of these rules inside Arlo. What I will do is I'll take you onto the page where we can essentially see what it looks like from your learner's perspective. So as a feature, Arlo gives you a self-service customer portal. This is designed so that your customers can log into this portal. They have a whole bunch of self-service features where they're not having to contact you guys to do various things. So me as a customer, I can log into my company portal, well, my contact portal. I can see all the courses that I've registered for. I can get more information. I can view the order, pay the order. I can complete my e-learning content directly inside this page here. I can also see a list of completed courses that I've done. If there's a certificate generated, then I have the ability to download that certificate as well. So again, removing that whole conversation between you and your customers where they're having to chase you up, hey, I've forgotten my certificate or I've lost it. Can you resend it? You can just give them this link, do it yourself. So that is the customer portal and e-learning. What we'll do is we'll move on to the next stages. Arlo has a built-in CRM. So with this CRM, we store all the information about your contacts, your organizations that you work with. So Arlo automatically creates these contacts when they register for your website, or you can create them manually. I can jump into a contact. I can see all the key information about this person. So we'll use Felicity as an example. We can see what position she has at her organization, her phone number, email, what courses she's done in the past, what courses she's expected to attend. We can see all the orders tied to Felicity. We can see if she's a repeat non-payer. Maybe we've got to ban her if she's just never paying for her invoices. We can see what certifications she holds, all the communication sent out to her as well. And on top of that, we can store that information on organization level. So I can jump into an organization. I can see if for all of you guys doing private courses, you can see how many courses you've done privately for that organization, how many orders, who belongs to this organization. All of this information is stored directly in our CRM. So again, not having to deal with multiple systems, you have one system to essentially rule them all. Moving towards the final piece of the demo. Everything that you saw inside Arlo is all reportable. So you've got course reports, trainer reports, registration reports. Let's jump into a report and just talk about what we can do with it. Our reports are typically split into two pieces. The first piece is you're filtering the information you want to see. So as an example, I can say to Arlo, show me everyone who has ever registered to this particular course template. You can stack these rules on top of each other. So you can specify only show me if this person has been marked as attended. And then you can keep stacking rules to really specify what you're trying to pull from the system. You can put date requirements, only show me this within the last 6 months, only show me if they belong to a particular organization. So all of that is in the power of your hands. And then the second piece to the report is all the information that gets included in that report. So all of these fields that you see here have their own column in Excel, and you can even customize this too. So we can get rid of fields that we don't care about, add fields we do care about. I can refresh this. This gets updated in real time. I can export it as a CSV file. If you've made a really complex report, we can save the report as a favorite. That saves you from having to rebuild the same report over and over. And then finally, once that report has been created, you have the ability to schedule this out. So that basically means you can choose any recipient to receive this report, whether you need to send it to a manager or anything like that, and have it sent on a daily, weekly, or on a monthly basis. And Arlo basically does that all for you in the back end. I'm going to skip through these because we've basically spoken about this. But to sort of wrap it up, while Arlo is a great tool in itself, we do have a whole bunch of integrations natively that plugs in with Arlo and enhances your experience. Things like Zero, we can plug into your website with WordPress. But anything that needs to be done outside of it, we also connect with Zapier. Zapier connects with thousands of other applications. So as long as that tool works with Zapier, Arlo can create an automation with that other tool outside of Arlo as well.